Good morning, everybody. Got the A-bomb here and kicking back in Stockton, California. I got the fog rolling down here in my backyard, and it's real nice. And I always like to come and sit outside and have a cup of coffee and a smoke. Now, if you are a fan of the Paso Garage on AFS Radio, you heard the discussion last night. It was a great show. We talked with Maureen Shea. She's a featherweight champion in the world of women's boxing. She's the real $1 million baby. And of course, we talked about the Super Bowl. And this morning, I woke up and I was going through some of the videos and I saw a guy on YouTube. His name is Mr. Bad Dog 7676. Sub him up if you haven't. And he was talking about Cam Newton. And I liked the video. It was a good video. I liked what he had to say. But I have to say something too, because everybody in the world is talking about Cam Newton. Before the Super Bowl, oh, he needs to act like he'd been there before. I don't like the dab. I don't like any of that. I don't like how he shows off and blah, 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 blah. Okay, a flashy player, that's not everyone's cup of tea. And some people are going, oh, well, it's black culture. No, it's not. Everybody shows off. I mean, if you got swag, you got swag. And if somebody that's an African-American comes up with a better term, hey, it's everyone's culture because we're all Americans. But, they're talking about Cam Newton and they're trying to make the Super Bowl a racial thing, which I thought was bullshit. I think race is interjected too much into any debate nowadays. It's like, it's the lowest common denominator and it's the easiest fallback position for somebody who's not really that bright. That's how I look at it. And if you don't like it, then that's your choice. But I look at race as a joke, period. It's a joke. That's all race is. It's stupid. And people who wear their racial sensitivity on their sleeves, they're ruining the fucking country. I'm sorry, but the Constitution doesn't have European American, Mexican American, Asian American, or African American written anywhere into it, okay? We're all just Americans. We're the only country that's not founded on a common religion, race, or creed. We are only founded on an idea. The idea that all men are created equal, and that's just the way it is. Now, I believe on judging people on their actions, on their merits. What color they are, where they're from, usually doesn't have anything to do with it. And Cam Newton, he has been branded by everybody, okay, in a racial way. Cam Newton is getting branded. And he has these apologists saying, well, he acts like that because of his culture. And no. Cam Newton shows off when he wins because it's fun. Cam Newton shows off when he wins because it's marketable. Cam Newton shows off when he wins because he's a big kid. And you know what? The fans of Carolina like it, and if they like it, who gives a shit what everyone else thinks? Now, I gotta throw a little truth in advertising here, okay? I am a Cam Newton fan. Yes, I am. And I'm proudly gonna rock this jersey. And of course, my favorite college football team is Auburn. And since Cam got the job done in Auburn and he gave the good fans of Auburn football something we don't get that often, a national championship, I'm always going to have a soft spot in my heart for Cam. That's just the way it is. Did I want the Panthers to win the Super Bowl? Sure, because Cam was on their team. Well, now we got to get to the meat of the argument, okay? Cam Newton, after the Super Bowl, kind of a poor sport. Going up in front of the media, kind of a poor sport. And I'm going to agree with Mr. Bad Dog on this, and Paso as well. Cam Newton was acting like a 10-year-old kid that just had his bike taken away. And that's the truth, and nobody can deny that. Cam Newton even came out the next day and said, hey, I'm a poor sport. So, okay, that's fine. So, is this a race issue? No. What this is it's a character issue. And the whole world's coming down on a guy that's, 24, 25 years old? And I don't think that's entirely fair, but unfortunately for Cam, he did it on the biggest stage on the planet that day. Oh, man. Cam's a poor sport. Cam is a piss poor example for all the kids that follow him and love him and that are his fans. He did. And then he came out the next day and he compounded the damn problem. Well, as Barack Obama would say, we call this a teaching moment. It is a teaching moment because Cam Newton is going to be crucified over this probably for the rest of his career. And justifiably so. What Cam Newton did is he proved exactly how a loser shouldn't act, okay? If you're going to dance around and you're going to dab, you're going to show off in the end zone, giving the ball to kids and stuff, when you win, when you lose, you have to show the same decorum, especially if you're a professional athlete, league MVP, and possibly the highest profile player in the league. What Cam Newton doesn't realize is he's every little kid that roots for him, he's their idol. He's like a surrogate parent when football is on and when they're seeing him on TV. And kids are going to follow his example, and what he just did was he showed the kids of America and the world it's okay to be a poor sport. That ain't right. Now, if you ever played sports of any kind when you were a kid, you know, you had your ability, you went out there, you had fun, you won, you lost. Hopefully your parents, they told you to keep your chin up when you lost and be a good sport about it. And then there was always that one kid that did whatever sport you competed in, that one kid that was really good. And that kid would whoop your ass, and he'd whoop all your little friends' ass. And then that kid would play another kid that he never met before. And that kid would whoop his ass. Now, one of two things that generally happen. One, the two kids would become friends because they're both so damn good. And, you know, they're both being good sports about it. And there's respect there, and respect is being taught. Or the kid that lost, that ain't used to losing, pitches a fit, gets all upset, and is a poor sport. And that's when it's time for mom and dad or whoever's raising the kid to step in. Hey, this is unacceptable. Now, unfortunately, Cam Newton demonstrated his dad maybe didn't do that. His mom maybe didn't do that. I don't know. I didn't grow up with the man. I don't know the man personally. But that's just kind of what it seems like to a little fat guy from on the other side of the country. Now, I hope Cam Newton can straighten out his act, can manage to come correct on the situation, and show the world that it's okay to be human. If you make a mistake, that's fine, but you got to own up to it, and you got to fess up. And not only do you got to fess up and own it, which he's done, but you got to try to correct it, okay? And that's what Cam Newton needs to do. And he can't do that in the off-season. He has to do it when he's playing football again to set the example. So Cam Newton is going to be crucified all off-season. And we're all going to have to wait until Cam Newton loses another football game to see if he's learned anything from this. And the whole world's going to be watching. Now, if Cam Newton does come correct, if Cam Newton adjusts his stride a little bit, if Cam Newton just mans up and says, hey, what I did was wrong, I'm a poor sport, and I got to correct that, and I don't want, you know, everybody watching me, the kids, to be poor sports, I want you to do better than me, then right then and there, you got a great example of a man who made a mistake and come correct like every one of us do, or should, okay? But if Cam Newton doesn't, if Cam Newton buys into the fact and he lets all the race baiters, and that's what I call them, race baiters, sell everybody this bullshit bill of goods that it's black culture, which is the same culture as white culture, because it's American culture, okay? If he buys into that bullshit, it's going to create a lot of division, it's going to create a lot of angst, it's going to be a lot of bullshit. But if Cam Newton's just a man, a creation of God like me, like all you guys out there, and he owns up and he comes correct, and he says, yeah, I fucked up, but I don't want that, I don't want kids to do that. How I acted wasn't cool. If he does that, hey, it's going to be good PR for him. Fans are going to flock to him. Everybody knows America loves to forgive a guy. We love to. So I'm hoping Cam Newton gets squared away. But if he doesn't, if Cam Newton doesn't, career suicide. Straight up. He's already got a guy in Seattle calling him a bitch. A lot of the NFL is not looking up to him or not admiring him anymore. We're talking players in the locker room, guys that can do a late hit, guys that can do a dirty shot. At that level, at the NFL level, you don't want to be a pariah because it will end you. Sooner or later, it will end you and you'll be gone. Okay? Just ask old Johnny Football about that. He wanted to be a pariah. He thought his shit didn't stink, and now he might not be in the game. I hope he comes correct, too. But Cam Newton, if he doesn't come correct, the rest of his tenure with the Panthers and in the NFL is going to be an epic failure. And Cam Newton's not used to being replaceable, but there's one thing you got to learn. As a 49er fan, I watched Joe Montana get replaced. I watched Steve Young get replaced. Every player in the NFL is replaceable. And Cam Newton, he needs to come correct and actually lead his team. Lead his team. And be a leader by example, because those are the best leaders. So, that's my take on it. If Cam Newton doesn't come correct, his career is going to go right down the shitter. He's got his, he's got his money. Why would he give a shit? He can go live in his mansion and be an asshole the rest of his life, and it wouldn't affect us none, and it wouldn't faze him none either. But, Cam, come correct, man. I'm a big fan. I'm a big Cam Newton fan. I'm always going to be proud to rock my Cam Newton #2 Auburn jersey, okay? I'm going to be happy to rep this whether he comes correct or not, because I admire the man's achievement. But I want Cam to come correct, and for all you haters out there, come on, get the fuck over it, okay? It is what it is. So, Cam Newton, come correct, man! I'm not even a Panther fan. I don't like your team. But, dude, I'm a Cam Newton fan. I respect you. Don't throw away the respect of millions of people you've never met just because you don't want to admit you fucked up. Anyways, I am the A-Bomb, and I'll be uploading this here on the Paso Garage A-Bomb channel, and I'll be putting it on my normal The A-Bomb channel, and I'll make sure I link both in there, and I might link Bad Dog's video into it too if I can figure it out. But anyways, everybody, good morning, have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Boom! I'm out.